Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special Encounters USA. This would be technically part 5 of the strange quote unquote drone mystery over New Jersey. But the fact of the matter is that since we started doing these until now, there has been no further information from the government because what I said in the last video is correct. And if you have not seen that video, then please go back to part 4 of this series where I talk about how it was remote viewed and see what the results of the remote viewing was. So unfortunately for you, if you are watching this video and you clicked on it, I apologize. Unless you are from one of these craft or you one of the people controlling the craft, then I'm afraid that this video is not for you. This video is in fact for the people that have come here and are flying these craft around and saying, hey, everybody, look, we're here. Don't destroy the world and don't destroy yourselves. I need to be really quite frank and honest with those people. So if you want to continue watching, that's your prerogative. But I'm sure these people are somehow able to get onto a YouTube channel or two and get on Twitter or whatever. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But right now, I just want you, if you're watching from the Earth, you're an Earthling, then this is probably not the video for you. So let me start off now that we've cleared out the room, sort of. Let me start off by saying welcome to Earth. I am sorry that you have not gotten a better reception than what you've got. And unfortunately, we have leaders that want to use the idea of getting more control over us and passing new laws and applying new pressure to us that we're not doing anything wrong. And because of you, they are using you to take away more of our rights. So I want to clear a few things up. But aside from that, welcome to Earth, and we are very happy to have you. And we don't mean to start whatever the government tries to do, whatever. Don't involve us with that, especially me. So, okay. The one thing that I really need to tell you to do is that you really don't understand that. I know that you want to tell the people of the world, yes, we're going to keep the, bad aliens from helping them to destroy you and start these wars. But you're really not going about it in the right way, because you've been flying around here for a month now and nobody's done anything except run around like chickens with their heads cut off, because the people who know and who, for whatever reason, control the information are not going to come out with that. So you've got to face up to that fact. You need to be, realistic. This is the 21st century. Get a Twitter account. Okay, get a YouTube account, start uploading videos to YouTube. You must have the technology to do that. But, you flying around like this, that's like 1980s stuff. And that might have gone, back then, whatever, back in old school times, like when I was growing up. But for the younger crowd these days, you've got to be on social media. You got to be putting out pictures of you on the ship and flying around somebody's house, whatever, and then tweet them, that would be totally friggin' cool, right? So do stuff like that. But what you're doing now, just flying around with your things, that's just, people are just going to start to ignore it pretty soon, because, with what we've had to endure over the past few decades, nothing really surprises or shocks us. And then the fact that we can't get any real information from our own government that we give so much money to and won't even tell us the truth, well, that just makes it something even, more easier to want to ignore. So that's my advice to you. Also, I also want to tell you that I've heard rumors, and I've seen a thing on, I think it was X. I keep calling it Twitter, but that Joe Rogan is asking you to be on his talk show or his podcast. Listen to me. Yeah, Joe Rogan, sure, whatever. That's whatever. He might give you a nice little interview, whatever. But if you're going to do a first interview, you need to come and talk to somebody who's actually familiar with who you are and where you're coming from, and not ask you a bunch of basic questions that most of the people who would be listening would already know the answers to anyway. So we could just skip ahead to some of the bigger picture things. And that is why I would appreciate it. Don't come down here and do Rogan's podcast or one of these other people, that you see. Please, you need to be like, in Rocky, they picked out somebody that was, just on the streets of Philly. Well, I'm, a little bit different than that, but you could pick me, and then I could come and I could interview you, and I could ask the questions, and then you could get a decent interview, and you could get your side of the story told, because I'm not going to twist your words, and I'm not going to turn around and lie about you, like is what's going to happen with you in 75% of the cases, because what they want to do is create some kind of boogeyman out of you, and that will let them take away more of our rights. So I won't create the framework for that. So that's all I have to say. Welcome again to Planet Earth. Get out there, spice up your game a little bit, get out on social media. I'm not a TikToker, but that might be cool for you to do. But anyway, that's the way to go. Flying around, flashing your lights, it just isn't cutting it anymore. So, and what are you going to do in the summertime when it's light until 10 o'clock? Who's that going to impress? So anyway, that's what I have to say, and I hope you will, take what I have to say thoughtfully and with complete respect. And please understand, I'm just trying to help and get you, along with your little mission here, and get you talking to people here on the earth so that they know what you're all about. All right, then, people from wherever you're from. Listen, I have a thing on Encounters USA, and I just say it because, here we have some creepy things going out in the woods sometimes, and we go out looking for some creatures that may or may not exist, and sometimes people end up disappearing and weird stuff happens. So we always say on Encounters USA, and you might want to think about saying it too in whatever language it is that you speak. Always watch your back.